Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the May Contain Action podcast. This is episode number 24, and we are talking about a movie today. I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Paul, on my left. Hey, Paul.
Hey.
Say hello to the people. And Pete on my right. Hello, Pete.
Hello.
So, in this spatial thing I just created in our heads, I'm currently in Minnesota facing south. So, just so you know, I'm not really. I just made this very confusing. Yep. Let's get into the show, guys. It's great to see you. I feel like I don't get to talk to you as much as I used to. So,
it's very true.
Turned a little bit into the bi-weekly show, but you know what? Things happen.
It's summer. You know, your people are busy. You know, PM's working. Just trying to fill up that 401k much as he can.
Yes, we are all millennials. So if anyone has, I don't know, opened up the internet at all, you know what it's like out there.
Yeah.
For the generation.
It's a hellscape. Yeah.
To do what you got to do. And I respect the hell out of it. And you know what? We're also doing very millennial things, and we're literally talking on a podcast.
That's true. Podcast is the most millennial thing.
Make sure you check out the new Obsessed episode. It was a lot of fun to do. It comes out tomorrow. So just keep your eye out for that. It's going to be a good time. And I'll be honest, the coffee has been put on hold for now because I have other ideas. So just wait. It'll be up tomorrow. Thank you. It's free. It's always been free, but it's free now. So don't have to worry about anything else. We have a great movie today. I'm very excited. This is a movie that now, I mean, I think Paul, you probably know the answer to this question. I believe this IP is now Marvel's, correct? I believe so.
Yes, is now, and it hasn't always been. Yes, it is now,
but it hasn't always been. Fox had it, I think, or somebody had it.
Yes,
so it was one of those situations, and the movie is Blade. Paul chose this one. Holy shit, am I excited, because I remember this movie being like, this is sick, but then also being like, I'm actually a little bit scared right now.
Yeah.
So all that kind of came back a little bit. So if we want to tell them what Blade's about, do you guys have your one sentence explanation of what Blade's about? So we can give the people, because it's a movie from 1998. We have some people listening. Maybe you've never seen it. PM never seen it. It's the first time watching it.
I didn't see it till today. First
time. Wesley Snipes becomes a murderer to avoid paying taxes.
Nice.
That's mine.
Yeah, that's good.
That's mine.
That is really good.
Yeah. He says it's because they're all vampires, but really, it's just the IRS. Yeah.
He's just pay taxes. Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Daywalkers.
That's mine. That's
BM,
what I got.
Me. BM, you or me? Do you need a minute? Okay.
No, I got one. If Night at the Roxbury was a horror film.
Kinda, yeah, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god,
all
I'm thinking all the characters, especially with what they were wearing too, they could have easily been a Night at the Roxbury.
No, exactly. Like the music scenes, you have one guy that is obsessed with another, I guess, other person, right? They kind of come together at the end. There's like failed relationships throughout it, and all these terrible outfits and terrible music and terrible lighting, and everything is like metallic and chrome, right? Like it's.
I don't know why you keep saying terrible right now.
Night at the Roxbury was a horror film.
Great to me.
Well,
we'll get into that. My one-liner. This is maybe a little bit of a cop out, but I think it also lands. Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
That was my quote. That was my
generally
quote.
Just explains the whole movie. That's the whole. Everyone's just ice skating uphill.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, that's the quote.
Such a good one. Blade, what a movie! But Blade is technically a comic book. And,
yes, it is.
One of the anecdotes for this movie was Morbius was actually written into the original script, and they cut it dodge that bullet. So
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, same. So Morbius and Blade are like
Morbius.
constantly. They're kind of in the same, always in the same orbit in the stories, because obviously vampires and stuff. But
yes,
and werewolves and whatever the hell he is. I don't even know. That movie's so bad. So they cut it out. Good for them. They made the right choice. But we do have some Letterboxd reviews, and because it's your movie, Paul,
yes,
they're your reviews to read.
Hell yeah. I haven't looked at them. I'm just gonna read them.
Okay.
Here we go. 4-star review from Marcella. Funny how Shakespeare has been silent ever since Some Motherfuckers Are Always Trying to Ice Skate Up a Hill was written.
Do you think he ripped at that?
I would 100%. That's the most Wesley Snipes thing,
bro,
ever.
His one-liners were incredible.
Should I skate up a hill?
It's so good.
But yeah, Shakespeare's been silent. Poetry. It's beautiful. Next one. 4 stars. Jourdain Searless. All caps. How did I spend my entire life without this? That's someone who didn't know this existed. And our last one, 1-star review from Tedo Rapper. What the hell? Blade, to me, can only be described as some sort of bizarre nightmare that happened to a teenager in the late 90s. It's horrific.
Yeah.
What?
5 stars. What are you...
Like, what? No, that's a 1-star review.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just make it 5 stars. You could write the exact same thing.
And it could go either way.
People that loved it could also write that.
It could go either way.
That's true. It could go either some sort of bizarre nightmare that happened to a teenager. I mean, kind of. It was my dream. It wasn't more of a nightmare. It was more of a dream.
I mean, that opening scene is like the blood out of the ceiling. That's a little bit of a nightmare. Because
I guess that's true. It's true. I watched this very young. Very young. Same. I was probably I was 10. Like way too early to be
August 21st, 1998. So you were 8.
I was 8 when this came out. I probably watched it. I watched it when it came out on VHS. So
same.
Yeah.
The turnaround was pretty slow for those. Yeah.
Groundbreaking technology.
Can I rattle off some industry stats?
Yeah.
All right. For a reference, release date August 21st, 1998. Director was Stephen Norrington. Box office was $131.2 million worldwide. Budget was $45 million. So did pretty well. Production companies were New Line Cinema. New Line Cinema is who bought the rights from Marvel, who sold it back when Marvel was going bankrupt. Did not. They sold off a bunch of properties. Sold off Blade, Punisher, the Hulk,
Spider-Man,
all that kind of stuff. Spider-Man, the X-Men, everything. So they were not doing well. Awards, Saturn Awards. I've never even heard of the Saturn Awards. Best horror film, though, was nominated for, which I don't understand that one. Best horror film. I guess it was kind of scary back then.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Bro, I'm 32. I just turned 32, and I was just like, what am I watching? Like, I was just like, no, I'm not looking at this. Like, I texted you guys. I was like, this movie is disturbing.
Yeah, as fuck. I mean, they go full bite. They never cut away or anything, right?
Yeah,
they just stay on it. Yeah,
never.
That's the difference.
Oh, we got some scenes to talk about. Okay, our cast and crew: Wesley Snipes as Blade, Stephen Dorff as Deacon Frost. Chris Christopherson as Abraham.
His name's Chris Christopherson.
Chris Christopherson. Abraham Whistler. And Bushi Wright as Dr. Karen Jensen. So sorry if I butchered that name. I probably did. Donald Logue as Quinn. Donald Logue? Never. I feel like I've seen this guy before, but I've never heard that name.
He's in a bunch of 90s movies. It's Logue, and he's literally that character.
Logue. Okay, gotcha. All right. Oh, wow. It's some fancy names in this. Udo Kier as Vampire I've heard this guy, Dragonetti. I've seen that guy before. Arlie Jover. Pardon? What are we doing? But no offense to the people, I just didn't see it coming.
Udo Care, Arlie Jover.
These are real names. Tracy Lords as Raquel. Okay, outstanding. So fascinating. I mean, you're welcome. You always kind of have some of these interesting little bits and pieces, bits and bobs. Anything stood out to you?
I mean, it's a comic book. It's like the first one that was R-rated that worked.
Okay,
which that would be where the horror stuff came from. It was definitely R-rated. Wesley Snipes did a lot of his own stunts, which is not surprising. The guy's absolute legend, and he is known for doing his own stunts. And this was right. I mean, this was actually I think this was the thing that really got him in all the action stuff too. It was kind of in the middle. He was in a bunch of stuff, but like this was the biggest one. And then this got him in the Expendables. So I say it worked out.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, and I mean, there's like brief stuff about Marvel and stuff, but it's like loosely attached. Like I mentioned Morbius and stuff, but and then they added some interesting stuff, which I think is great for vampire films. Is adding the UV light thing was awesome. Like the whole like using UV light as a weapon. I thought was clever, so because it gave him more options for cool gadgets and gizmos to use. So I thought that was cool too. But it's just generally it's just a classic 90s action. Like, you know, he walks in an alley and all of the newspapers are blowing in the wind. And
it's so many. I was like, whose papers are those?
It's New York, bro. It's garbage day. They just pile it.
Everyone's just got loose leaf sheets of paper.
There really is shit everywhere. There really is.
Oh my god!
Which but it definitely had like the 90s Batman noir feel at times. It was better. It's way better than like Michael Keaton as freaking Batman. But it's
that's
Michael Keaton's Batman sucked. So I don't want to hear it. I lied. His is better than freaking Val Kilmer. Though I love Val Kilmer. Willow's my favorite. I do love Val Kilmer.
I have an interesting little anecdote for this.
Okay.
To my understanding, Wesley Snipes method acted this whole thing, and he did not break character.
Shut your ass.
The entire time. He did interviews for press interviews as Blade.
Okay, we got to look this up. That we're gonna do obsessed Wesley Snipes interviews because that sounds incredible. I didn't know he method acted. Why would you method act? Anyway, I mean, I guess it's like it's him. Like I just what I imagine Wesley Snipes is like. So yeah, it makes sense.
I mean,
like, surprise! I actually am Blade,
dude. I thought his performance in this was excellent.
I did too.
It was like pure Wesley Snipes. In his most Wesley Snipes form. It's so good.
I love it. I love him so much.
You want to hear?
I want to hear. Okay, I don't know what it is, but I want to hear
it. Wesley Snipes famously refused to film most of his Blade scenes, only because he was upset with production over its lackluster black representation. Snipes would only communicate with people through Post-it notes, signing them in character.
Oh yes.
Blade. According to some of his fellow cast members, including comedian Patton Oswalt, Snipes would also appeared on set for close-ups and let his double shoot most of the scenes. And when he did show up, he was often completely stoned from smoking weed all day.
What?
Like was I said,
was that for Blade or Blade Trinity? Or like, is that one I heard did not go well?
No, the whole
all
thing,
of them, Blade 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Blade Trinity, dude? Ryan Reynolds is that one.
Ryan Reynolds has the craziest beard I've ever seen. Yeah. He's in that one.
Oh my goodness! But it's also bad in the same way. It's like
yes.
Anyway, we're not talking about Blade 3.
No. We're talking about
what
Blade.
we need to talk about is the ratings for this bad boy because as you can imagine, they be all over the place. So you guys ready to do this? Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, Letterboxd. I am not going to tell you what the ratings are
because PM remembers. Go ahead, PM.
Rotten Tomatoes, I'm going to go 80. IMDb, I'm going to go 7. Letterboxd, I'm going to go 3.
Okay. Rotten Tomatoes combined score, I'm going to go 72. IMDb, I'm going to go 6. And then Letterboxd is going to be 2.8.
The Rotten Tomatoes, we have from the critics 59, but from the audience 78. So that brings us to a 69. Nice.
Ooh, close. Nice.
So 70 was a good call there. IMDb is a 7.1, which is good.
Wow.
That's a good IMDb score.
Yeah.
And Letterboxd is 3.4. They like it too. It's a solid flick.
Dang, 3.4.
2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Very
2 out of
good.
3,
Very good. Pete.
So
Nuts with the ratings.
the people like it.
Boom.
The people liked it. But did the people like you guys are the people? Did you guys, the people, like the opening scene? What Vivian? Where are we going here?
I mean,
And by the way, just for clarity, the beginning scene is the club scene also. So it's the first sequence and then the club scene.
The whole thing.
Yes.
Up until the cops show up. I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For my money, I'm sucked into that opening scene. I mean, that opening scene is so good. It doesn't lay out for me exactly what I'm watching, but it hints at it and it builds to it so well that, I mean, it's not a Vivian. It's not like perfect, but I mean, for me, that's probably it's like a 7.8, 7.8, almost an 8.
I gave it an 8.
I mean, it's freaking good.
Vampires.
Yeah.
When the guy's trying to get away and he looks up and Blade's standing there, I'm like,
okay, no, it's an 8. Yeah, no, it's an 8. I'm just gonna go full Blade when I know what I'm doing, pussyfooting around. It's an 8.
I think I'm gonna go 8, and I'm also gonna say it was unfortunately the best part of the movie.
It might be.
Here we go.
It's up there.
Lord of the Rings all over again with this guy. Oh my!
No, like it was a really well done. Like it made you like, okay, I sat down to watch this, right? I was like, all right, I'm going to watch this movie. Yeah. Obviously wouldn't do that. Come on, it's a movie. And I was watching it and I was just like, I just kept I kept saying, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like I just kept repeating it, right? But that was the whole point of it. Was they wanted you to feel like this really creepy, disgusting vibe. And all the way up from like the lady pretty much groping the man, which by the way, let's talk about come on. Look. Understand the situation. Don't just grab the man's junk, okay? Like, come on.
Maybe they've worked up to that. You don't know. He's in the car.
She's like, what is that?
She's just assuming that. That's wrong.
Grab him by the
just went in. It's just like, yep, here you go, big boy, and just grab the whole thing. It's like,
and not only that, the camera's like, get in frame, get in frame. Okay, we see it. All right, go. Moving on.
Yeah, get the dick grab in frame. Yep, let's see it. Yeah.
There was an uncomfortable amount of sexual energy and
that's true. They married the two
for me to be like, these two don't need to be together.
Yes,
I'm good. But no, I thought like even from like the blood initially dripping on him and him being like, what the hell is this? Like kind of a precursor to like something's above you, right? And then it kind of rains blood. Like I thought they did a fantastic job. I think it was great. The fight scene was really cool too. It led me to believe that this guy's going to kill vampires. So I would say an 8 for sure.
8 for sure. Yeah.
Set the tone. The tone was set, dude. That's what we're looking for.
The blood
then we got to
sprinklers.
talk about now scenes. What's up?
Oh my god, blood sprinklers! Come on, so good.
Yeah, and they don't like that's Saw shit, right? That's like Saw level, like blood. I feel like that they don't do things like that anymore because it's just really viscerally a lot. Like you mentioned, like the sexualization, like Frost, like biting the dude and then making out with the chick, like. Come on, just don't put this part in.
Yeah, no.
Why is this taking so long? Why are you licking her face when you have all the blood? I don't understand. This doesn't even make any sense. You just want to get it everywhere. You're just trying to get it everywhere. And it's gross.
It's everywhere.
Also, none of you guys seem interested in actually like drinking it. You're just want it all over you.
Yeah.
You notice that? Like, it's raining.
You're right.
If it just started raining water in a club, we'd be like, oh, we're all thirsty. I'd be like, what the now I'm soaking wet.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
You know? It was kind of a little weird.
It's soaking
food.
Wet.
Just imagine just like pasta comes shooting out of the ceiling.
This $300 Balenciaga t-shirt
Yeah.
is fucking ruined. Like that's the end.
But it was a good setup.
Yeah.
But
Also, why, for the love of God, why does anyone do this? When a red substance
Taste
hits
it.
your fingers, why is your first goddamn instinct to taste it? Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you actually kidding me? Like, when he did that, I was like, you're not this stupid. No, you deserve to die. I was like, I'm sorry,
Imagine
you
putting a
actually deserve
foreign
to die.
substance in your mouth that fell from the ceiling at a club
Bro.
in a meat packing plant. You're like, yeah, this is probably
Bro, quick.
that's a good idea.
Quick side story. I was playing basketball and they resurfaced the court and there was red drops on the floor and I thought they were blood. So I alerted the guy like, hey, just want to let you know, like come clean this up because like we can't you don't want that there. This kid goes down and touches it and takes his finger and puts it into his mouth. And I go, what are you doing? Like I scream at him and he's like, what? And I'm like, don't put that in your damn mouth. And he just like walks away. And I'm just like, why is everyone's first instinct with a red substance on their finger in any movie to be like, I wonder
you're
what
like,
this
COVID
tastes
was like yesterday.
Yeah. It's not how it spreads to the blood.
Jesus.
Have we
Yeah, I'm
learned
just saying,
nothing?
have we learned anything
No, I
about
know.
hygiene? Now we're just back to frickin' putting our fingers in bowling balls and eating nachos. You know what I
Licking
mean?
blood. Yeah, exactly.
Licking
Double
blood.
dipping.
Exactly.
Gross.
Holy
Well,
frick.
The bell curve.
so
crying.
back on the rails.
Yeah.
That club scene is on my list of scenes. I tried to pick some niche ones because there was a lot of good ones.
Mhm.
But the when they're following the cop, the film style, so like they're going really fast, like it's being sped up and whatever. I was like, I haven't seen this a lot. Like this is interesting. I don't know. So I was like noticing that, and then when they got to the club, and he's like, do you have a ticket, or what, do you know somebody, or who do you know? And then he's like, he's obviously Blade. He has a sword on his back. He's gonna punch you through. Oh, there he goes. He punched you through the wall. That happened.
Sure enough.
And then I had the Pearl scene.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yep.
The big fat glutton. Whole like, and then the doctor's just a badass, and she's just like roasting him. I like that. I like that a lot. But then when they go in the storeroom and they're fighting, the audio editing of the punches and kicks is hilarious.
Yes.
It's outrageous. It sounds like a satire YouTube video. It's like
it's like super cartoonish audio, like everything.
Yeah. I did notice they added the sound effects in there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
like they were really loud. Also, this is your holy text. No one cares that they're being destroyed. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
They have these things displayed in these cases like it's a museum, and they're just throwing each other through them.
They don't. Yeah, it's their Bible. Like, oh damn.
Well, now they can't remember nothing because Pearl's dead and the Bible's gone. So what are we gonna do?
Yeah, that Pearl scene is.
It reminds me of the glutton guy in Seven, the movie Seven.
I never saw Seven.
Oh,
that on the list, maybe.
My God, Paul, we're not doing Seven on this pod because it is it's an intense thriller. No, it's got a lot of these elements in it. It's a great movie, incredible movie. But yeah, you got to watch that, dude. That's like one of the best thrillers ever. I'm offended.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't know it was
so
good.
angry. Anyway, give me some scenes before I lose it.
Freaking losing it. Favorite scenes. The first one is probably my overall favorite. Kind of like Pete referred to earlier. It is the best one. I mean, my it's not a favorite scene, but it's now a new most awkward scene that sticks out in my mind more than any other scene in the whole movie. So favorite, it's a little bit loose for me, but it's when Blade somehow gives up all of his blood. I guess there's razor blades on those leather straps that like are holding him into that sarcophagus thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's giving up all of his blood. And then he takes Karen's blood. And I'm pretty sure they just had vampire sex. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like the most sexual.
Again, the sexual tension.
It was the most sexual blood sucking I've ever seen in my life. they time it with like these big pants, and then at the end there's like Blade has this explosion, like it's like I think that they just did it.
Sex. Yeah,
I think that they just did it, and that never like registered with me as a kid for some reason. I was just like, oh, I guess sucking blood's really intense. I don't know. I don't know what that's like.
You're like, I don't know. I don't suck blood.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it was just so long. It was just unnecessarily long. But that's just a scene that sticks out to me. Other than that, I think the that fight scene in the beginning is probably my favorite. That's probably those scenes. I'll keep it short.
All right.
Yeah.
PM, did you find a scene that you liked?
Yeah. I mean, this was definitely a movie where, because I unfortunately had to do some work during the movie, but like I had it on my iPad.
Yeah.
And this is one of those that like 20 minutes later, I went, oh shit, I'm watching this. That's right. Like, just like, unfortunately, that's kind of how it went. But like, no, man, the opening scene was definitely my favorite one because it was so well done. And I really hope that when they recreate this movie, they recreate the opening scene.
Yeah. Yes.
I really hope they play into it because
agreed.
I think it's incredible. I think it's so smart the way they did it. And I would love to see them pay homage to that cinematography. But other than that, no, there wasn't a scene that stuck out to me. I think the Pearl scene I was eating during this movie, and the Pearl scene came up, and I said, "Yeah, I'm not eating."
The Pearl scene's super gross,
but at least he's funny.
Yeah. I just was like, you know what? I don't want to see this happen.
Yeah. Yeah, he was roasting fast, too.
I don't want to see Jabba the Hutt turn into a marshmallow.
They never explained why Pearl looks the way Pearl does.
They never explained
True.
a lot of things.
We're just supposed to accept that there's a giant, grotesque Pearl-looking thing.
Also, like, why is Deacon Frost the leader? He isn't stronger or faster or more tough than anybody. I'm just like, are you really good at politics? Because it didn't seem that you're great at that either. I don't know why everyone listens to you. You're the smallest.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. That didn't really make sense.
He did look like a vampire, though.
Yes. It felt like the king of the main vampire dude, Dragonetti. It felt like he wanted to die. It felt like he was tired. Like he just didn't want to lead anymore.
Yeah.
And he was like, just do it, like just put me out.
And he's like the leader of all the vampires. He has no bodyguards, no entourage, nobody.
No one could possibly
Your leader
take
of a family? Where are they?
Yeah.
Why is a nightclub owner taking over?
Where's your family?
Where are they? Yeah. Yeah, some holes.
And everyone else is like, well, you killed him? Okay. You tell us what to do now. And I was like, all right, yeah. Well, I guess we only have 2 hours for the movie, so this is how it has to be. This is how it has to be. My favorite character was Quinn.
Okay, very nice.
No, I'm lying. Yeah, him having his hand blown off 5 or 6 times was cool. But I did like that, I don't really. I think my favorite character was Blade because Blade's the coolest character by far, and then maybe Whistler.
Yeah,
Blade.
Yeah, I would say in that order. It makes sense to me.
Like he's far and away the coolest.
Yeah,
I mean, this whole movie is like showing
kind of
how cool
it
it
is.
is.
But it really is a one-man show for sure.
That's probably why he was method acting the whole time. I'd agree. I think that my favorite character is probably Blade. It is Blade. It is Blade. And then, like you said, second best, probably Whistler. Because he kind of has that like True Grit kind of feel.
The gritty old guy thing.
What's his name who plays in True Grit? I can't remember the actor's name.
I literally thought of him as Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges. Yeah, exactly.
Jeff Bridges, yeah. Like he reminds me of Jeff Bridges.
There's one guy.
The Big Lebowski.
Is it Jeff Bridges?
Yeah,
No.
Big Lebowski.
I'm imagining
True Grit anyway.
Man, Blade, you got to take these vampires out, man.
I've also never seen that movie.
Oh my god, we have a movie podcast. What's happening?
That's why we have it.
Maybe this was a bad choice.
I haven't seen anything. That's probably why we're doing it.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Maybe this is a bad choice.
It's friendship.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Blade and Whistler, favorite peeps, easily.
Yeah, there wasn't even like a stupid little kid or anything to make fun of either. It was just Blade.
Yeah,
just
I mean, there was that
and
one little girl, right, that gets like freaking tossed. No, the one that gets the Asian little girl who got tossed.
Yeah,
she gets freaking yucked.
Also, so funny. She gets yeeted into a busy street, and then that bus is like maybe 400 yards away,
dude,
and is like, "Oh no,
I better push."
Like,
on the gas.
why can't the bus stop?
Yeah, child.
We like it's a train.
Like that bus was
buses
deep.
can't stop in movies. You know that.
Buses can't stop. You're right. They're like, speed. Come on, speed. That was probably the Speed bus. It's the same universe.
Pretty
that
much,
was the
I'm pretty
bus
sure
from
Speed
Speed.
came out right before this movie.
Yeah, there you go. It's the same universe. Keanu was on that bus.
Set the tone. Same universe. We can't go under 55. Is it 55? 50?
I think it's like, I think it's 55. It's a speed that's way too high for a bus.
No, what it is was what it is they put a
This is Hector's bus. You guys don't understand. Hector's building a bus.
He's just driving it. Paul walks in the back. He's like,
this
has got spoon engines in it.
Yes.
Trevor, you saw that, right? I was randomly on an Instagram reel video, and someone said this doesn't change the fact that Hector put 2 spoon engines inside of it. And I was like, oh my God. Everyone is watching this movie now.
So good.
I love it. That's so funny.
Engines. Did you have favorite characters, PM? I mean, other than the obvious.
Okay, Blade. Why'd I put this one in here? It's obviously Blade.
Blade.
Blade's great. Guys, watch it. You're gonna watch it for Blade. It's freaking it's freaking Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
But we need to talk about, because there's props and he's got weapons and he's got gadgets and gizmos. Now he has more in the next 2 movies too. So if you want to proceed, I know PM won't, but I might actually watch the next 2 now.
Yeah.
But of his weapon, of his loadout, what weapon would you want to have the most?
Surprisingly for me, not his blade. I guess he has a bunch of blades. I'd actually would like to have the boomerang knife, the thing that's like he throws in the beginning and chops like 4 of those dudes' heads off with it and catches it. I would lop my own hand off if it was up to me.
Knife.
But it was really cool. And for some reason, oddly enough, the UV light, that thing always looked cool to me. It's just a giant black box with the light that came off of it. I don't know.
Extremely useful.
It feels like it
also extremely useful. Yeah.
Yeah. Giant UV light. Yeah. So too.
I was waiting for the flashbang. But that's in the next movie. So.
Oh, that's right. Yes. They harness it in the
flashbangs that take them out, which is sick.
Yes.
Which now you don't need anything else. All you have to do is throw that. Just get a grenade launcher full of those, and you're good. You can clear out a whole room.
Thunk. Yeah, exactly.
But I chose the shotgun.
Oh, his shotgun with the spikes. When very sick.
I think true. He also, like, every move he did with the whip around and like, when the chick's like, I'm gonna knock your head off or something, and then he just roundhouse kicks her in the face.
Yeah.
And then slides up and then puts it under her chin and just shoots her. I was like, that was sick.
That move is sick. Yeah, he puts it under like her chin and she like hisses at him.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so good.
Also, what are you gonna do, lady?
Hiss.
You're clearly outmatched.
She's hissing. Gotta hiss at him.
So I took the shotty. I liked it. I liked it. And there was no egregious scene either where he fired it like, I don't know, 50 times without having to reload it. He'd always switch. So I appreciated that as well. Thank you, director, for putting that in.
Thank you. What'd you have, Pete?
Mine's not really a weapon.
It's his mind.
I guess mine. I mean, I don't know. Like I think the armor was sick. His body
counts.
Like
that
something
definitely
about
counts.
it was sick. It's like the cape and then the bulletproof body armor. I think it's just sick. And his glasses, like it's just it's the look. Like it's who Dr. Disrespect really wants to be.
That is exactly
like,
what
that's true.
Kind of how I view it.
Seems very influenced by that.
And I don't know, if I had to take one thing, it would just be the outfit.
It actually, to that, like, it stood the test. It felt like it didn't seem lame. It still was cool.
No.
2024. I was like, that's a kind of a sick outfit. Like, are the pants a little big? But yeah, but whatever. Like, look at those boots. Yeah,
I mean, that's cool now.
Yeah. The black cape.
That's true.
We're back to
those-
that being
they're like,
cool again.
They're like Jinko jeans, is what he was wearing.
It is back to being cool. It's very
On
weird.
Blade.
It just has the no fear like flame on the butt. You're like, you're no fear jeans right now.
You'd have some Wesley Snipes quip about it. Yeah, I could easily see that. But speaking of quips,
Like a Wesley Snipes quip like, motherfucker, you out of your damn mind? Like that?
are you out of your damn mind?
Like the cops. Not only that. Hey, by the way, so this is the hospital. They shoot him just in the chest.
Yeah.
He looks down and goes, motherfuckers, you out of your damn mind? And they go, ooh, and they just like run away. Like they just like go back exactly the way they came. They just leave.
Well, I'm kind of thinking about this, and it's 1998, and I feel like the idea of like automatic weapons and body armor and tactical gear was like not in the public consciousness. So the fact that this dude just tanked 2 shots to the chest and then yelled at them, they're like, what the? Usually they just go down. Like,
hey, sorry, people on this floor, you're dead. See ya.
yes.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Indiscriminate shooting, and yeah, is absolutely insane. The cops are nuts. Speaking of Wesley Snipes quotes, I kind of say my favorite quote.
Yeah, no, we're bantering. We're going back and forth.
Yeah, there's
freaking
really
hitting it.
2 of them that
Dude.
are like incredible.
I mean, one of my favorite ones is actually part of the end of that weird orgasmic scene of blood sucking. Is him doing the sickest flip down into the frickin' the chamber temple, whatever, and then just yelling, Frost! It's so good, dude. Oh my gosh. I just love that yell. That yell is absolutely it for me. That's one of the best quotes in there. And I got 2 more. This one's between Frost and Blade when they're in the park. Like, I hear you've been looking for me. I'm flattered. Blade says, it'll pass.
Oh,
I love that.
and then he hangs up and goes, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And then Blade and Whistler are talking, and Blade goes, still heavy. And Whistler goes, but you're so big. I don't know why I love that. It's still heavy, but you're so big. I just thought me and Tears were dying laughing at that one because
that is pretty funny.
I don't know why. You're so big.
I mean, Above and Beyond is that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's about that's the
Yes.
iconic. That's the iconic.
That is the best one.
It no pun intended, it literally broke the ice. Like, you sat there and you were like, oh shit, like,
Yes,
she said that.
and it worked.
Another one of them was, I can't remember who he got shot by. Like, it was probably like a cop or something like that, but no, it was in the hospital scene where the guy woke up again.
Yeah.
And ran out, and then one of the cops shoots Blade, and he looks at him. And he goes, "Are you out your damn mind?" And then like,
yeah, exactly. Yes,
and, like,
motherfucker. Yeah,
I
That's
like
your damn
something
mind.
about that was just like, yeah, like it was perfect. So like, I would say those 2 were my 2 favorite. I think that's only because I thought they were fucking
Yes.
hilarious.
Is
well, I got
Wesley
a
Snipes
couple
was able
other
to be
ones that made me
funny
laugh.
and angry. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but it was the comic relief in the kind of intense movie, right? Like, we need that stuff. But when he's explaining why the doctor, she's like, why she can't come in with him, he goes, you're useless. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
He goes, you're useless, as he's walking away.
Yeah.
And he also says in that same, right when they're about to go into the I guess the place where the freaking Bible was, he's like, there's worse things out tonight than vampires. She goes, what? He goes, me. I was like, yes.
Dude,
and then he caught the cop,
Yes.
and he goes, tell Frost, or he goes, I got a message for you to give to Frost. You tell him it's open season, all suckheads. And he pushes him, and I'm like, what? What's a suckhead? I guess suckheads are vampires, but like, is that a derogatory? You know what, you're a suckhead.
It's a derogatory term
Sucker.
for those who
maybe
would be vampires. Yes.
And then
he made all of these work, by the way. Like, somehow, like, these have the potential to be so lame, and maybe they didn't work, and I'm just like biased, but I felt like they all hit. I was like, yeah, all suckheads.
I completely forgot about one where like one of the cops pulls out a gun and says, "Go fuck yourself," and I think Blade goes, "Fuck me, no,
Yeah.
fuck this," and then he like goes back at him. It's just like, damn, he's just so aggressive.
Yeah. He just destroys her apartment, like beats.
And he's so like
out of this dude.
When he's yelling at that cop in like the back room right before they go in the freezer, he literally throws him like into the shelves.
Yes.
Like on one side, picks him up, says, "Tell suckheads," and then throws him the other way. This guy's he went through everything in the room. He knocked everything off of everything. I'm like, dude, this guy's been thrown around like a rag doll. But one of the best ones was when Quinn goes, or Quinn's like, "Oh, let's get Blade," and he goes, "I want him alive," and he goes, "What?"
You want him
we're gonna
alive?
get Blade tonight. He's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "You want him alive?" He goes, "What? No, why? I don't.
What?
I'm not afraid." That was good too. I like that.
Yes. Every time.
There's a lot of them. The suckheads thing. I was like, I had to pause it. And like, did he just say suckheads?
Oh yes.
Is that it?
You suckheads.
You're useless. I was a little bit distracted. I was like, Jesus, dude. I mean,
Oh,
give her a
it's Blade.
chance.
No, he doesn't give an F.
She's a
I actually thought it was
scientist.
weird that she was just around hanging out. I'd be like, go home. I don't need you here.
She's
I don't
a
know why.
scientist.
What is she going to do in the field that's going to be helpful? Like, she doesn't know how to use a pistol. She's a liability.
She said she was going to figure it out quick, so I trust her.
Yeah. Stupid.
It is weird how she just like, and now I'm your sidekick, and then that was it. And
Yeah,
there wasn't, and there was never any like romance or anything with them.
There
I thought
wasn't.
I thought was 100% going to happen.
It was actually kind of refreshing that it didn't.
Yeah.
Is that weird? Like, they don't have.
Like, he's hot, she's hot. That's got to happen, right?
Yeah, they got to fall in love. No.
Nope.
Maybe they do later.
Nope.
But.
Nope. The only sexual stuff was weird vampire stuff. So we got to see that.
Some weird interactions with his own mother. So
that was that part I'm avoiding like the plague, frankly.
Yep.
Yeah, I am too.
I was like, why?
Yeah.
It was a cool twist. Why is this part happening?
Yep.
Why is this part happening? Can we stop at this part?
Yeah, this part.
I've been uncomfortable the whole time. I don't need to be more uncomfortable.
Yes. Yeah.
But we do have a music guy. I mean, Pete's a music guy.
Yeah.
Pete knows music. I can love the music in this movie, but you hate it. Why do you hate it, Pete?
Ooh.
No,
why do you hate it with every fiber?
I didn't really hate it too much. I think it was very on brand for the type of movie. I think when you think of that movie, you have to think of that style.
Yeah. That first song they play is
freaking dude. I love that first song so much.
Oh, techno.
It's so good. Yeah, it fits. I don't know. It just fits the whole kind of weird grunge type of deal. I feel like, I don't know what the house scene was like back in '98. I feel like, Trevor, you'd know better than we would.
That's what it was like.
It
wasn't mainstream at all here.
Yeah. See,
which is why when Fast and Furious decided to keep that trend going, it felt really weird.
Yeah.
They
BT, right. Remember BT is a big DJ and he did all the music for Fast and Furious. It was very similar. Not like quite as techno-y, but very like electronic, like, I don't know, wave.
Like, that kind of thing.
Like electronic action music, which is weird. I guess it was a little bit in like Mortal Kombat too. That movie wasn't good. But
the first one
in that. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. The OG. Okay. I would watch that. That's a bad one. We should do that.
I would love to watch that.
Everything in EDM and house changed when Daft Punk came around.
Yeah.
That's when everything changed. So it was really grungy. It was really hardcore underground scene. Then Daft Punk said, "What if we didn't make this sound like You Want to Die?"
Yeah. Let's make it happier.
And it worked.
Let's just put on some helmets. Have a good time.
And let's just sing Around the World.
Exactly.
And now we have Skrillex. So
speaking of people who peaked,
oh,
I feel like,
do you have personal ties to Skrillex?
I feel like Skrillex is peaking right now.
No,
he's made lately. He's awesome.
I feel like he's peaking. He's actually came out with a really good
did he?
album
Oh,
his recent album is my favorite one ever.
Yeah,
His
really
song
hope he
with Missy
never
Elliott
listens
is
to this.
fire.
He's a song with Missy Elliott?
Yeah,
Dude, it's sick. It's classic
dude, have
Missy
you
too.
seen
You
that
should
scene?
listen to it.
What?
You should wait till you watch the Marvels.
Is it?
Oh, I've seen the Marvels.
Okay, so you know the fight scene, like in the beginning where they have the fight scene where they're like swapping in between each body, right? Yeah, that's the Thriller song with Missy Elliott.
I don't know that I realized that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Rat-a-tat-tat is the name of the song.
Of course it is. I mean, it's the most Missy Elliott thing ever. Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't realize that. All right, but people who peaked. I'm gonna start this one off. I'm gonna say it because I haven't seen this person in anything else. Chris Christopherson. But I feel like I could also be wrong in that. I don't remember him from anything else.
I don't either.
I'm glad you didn't say Frost.
Deacon Frost? Why?
You didn't say that. Because he was in True Detective.
Oh, was he? Oh, that's right. No, I have seen him in other things.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him in other things.
Wait, who is he in True Detective again?
Yeah. I think he was in the second season. Now I have to figure this out.
True Detective, yeah.
What's his
You know what's wild is he was in True Detective with the dude who's going to play Blade. Immediately.
Yeah.
Mahershala
Okay,
Ali.
so he's in
Mahershala
season
Ali.
3.
Yeah.
That's season 3.
He
Season
was
2
in
was
the third
terrible.
season.
It was Vince
Yeah.
Vaughn and freaking
season 3.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He was season 3. Which wasn't that bad. And he was the sidekick.
He's the sidekick to Mahershala.
Ali,
Okay,
so.
gotcha. Yeah, no, that probably is his peak.
True
But
Detective,
this is close.
Yeah, this
Because
is
I looked at his credits and I'm like, I don't know what any of this is.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But I do know his face. He's just never like a main character. He's never like a villain like this. He's never a main character. He's always
never,
like a,
yes.
I don't know, like a little. He's like a toady or just like a guy that tries to be menacing or whatever in a group of people that's about to get their asses kicked.
Exactly.
Like.
Yes.
And Bushy Wright too. I haven't seen her in anything.
Bushy Wright. Yes.
Doctor.
Bushy, yes.
The doctor.
And Bushy. I feel like we're saying that. It's gotta be said wrong.
I mean, it's N''Bushe. I mean, we're doing our best here.
I think we're doing our best.
We are.
We're doing our
I don't know
absolute
how
best.
else. I can't think of another way to say it.
Wait.
Oh, she was in Blade 2. Maybe she peaked in Blade 2.
Maybe she peaked in Blade 2. Well, Blade 1 is the best one, so
yeah,
we
fair
can give
enough.
her the peak.
She peaked.
And Wesley
Chris
didn't. He was in
Christopherson
Major
was
League, so he
the
definitely
lead.
didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was in what?
Major League.
Chris Christopherson was the lead in the original A Star Is Born.
Oh, really?
Oh shit. Maybe she didn't
Yeah.
then.
No, he's talking about Chris Christopherson.
No, Chris.
Oh, Chris Christopherson.
Chris Christopherson.
He's got a very like.
And then he was in
I
Planet.
don't know.
of the
He's not a
Apes.
very. He's not a very. He's kind of generic. There's nothing about him that looks super unique to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's just a grizzly old guy. So if he
Is
didn't have
he a
long hair, I wouldn't be
musician?
able to pick him out of lineup.
He's like, I'm seeing him do like live performances, and he's got a harmonica on his chest or whatever. Huh. Apparently, a 55-year career. Chris Christopherson retires, and he's like got a guitar and doing concerts.
Maybe he's a musician then. Maybe he wasn't even a main actor. Maybe he's just a.
Yeah, he was the lead guy in A Star Is Born, so he was definitely a musician.
Wow.
Because the only way you can really do that is
Yeah.
if you
Oh, cool.
Freaking fascinating.
music.
But in terms of movies,
No. Oh, yeah. This guy's peaked 100%. It's the best thing he's ever done in his life. Yeah, 100%. A lot of people peaked in this, actually. Donald Logue. This guy peaked, right? Logue.
Anyone outside of Wesley Snipes and whatever his name is, the Frost guy, everyone else peaked in this movie.
I mean,
Logue,
this
though,
guy. He's just that character in every movie. So it's like every movie could be his peak. It's just which movie is the most popular, and this might be the most popular. So I think you might be right there.
Donald Logue. He was in Gotham. Oh yeah.
He's a dad. Is he a dad in Gotham?
This freaking dude.
He's someone's dad in a sitcom too.
Harvey
He's someone's dad in a sitcom.
Grounded for Life.
Grounded for Life, maybe.
This is amazing.
That sounds right.
Discovering this in real time is the best.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, dude, these 90s movies are also great too because like it's 30 years ago or like 25 years ago, but like that's not so far to where they're not acting anymore.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, they're still like around.
Still
He was
around.
in
We're not like
Ghost
talking about Bing
Rider?
Crosby over here, you know?
He was in Vikings?
He
What?
was in Vikings.
Donald Logue was in
He's not
Vikings?
a main character in anything though.
No.
He's only like in one season.
So he didn't peak in this show.
He did not peak in this movie. Touche.
All right, we'll give him a no. So we'll give Steven Dorff, freaking Deacon. He's out, and Bishop right.
And Quinn, and yeah, absolutely. Wow. Okay. Well,
We
we did it.
either.
We went through.
We did it. And I brought recast back because we haven't done it in a bit, and I want to say if it was made today. So like we're talking about a recast now to this, but they're making this movie, not what they're making now. Like what they're making this movie.
Oh, gotcha.
So we want people to be like the people that are in this movie, like who could do what they do well.
For this time period, you're saying?
Yeah, like or just like this type of like a little more of an not like a Marvel movie. You know what I mean? Like I'm anticipating this one being a little bit more Marvel-y, not horror rated R.
Apparently they're going to do it. We'll see.
Well, I mean, they're not going to get to this level.
No,
there were no rules
you're
with
right.
this movie.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff going on. Okay, all right. I feel like,
or at least that's what I had. Like you can, if you prepared some people, go with them. But
no, that's fine. That's fine. I feel like Blade, the only person that could come close to that in the 90s.
Yeah.
Denzel, maybe.
What if it was today though? Who would it be today? I think there's only one person you picked today.
Mahershala. I really hate to say it. It's Mahershala Ali.
To be Blade? Michael B. Jordan is Blade. Are we kidding?
Michael B. Jordan. Okay.
No, maybe Mahershala.
Oh, he's going to be. Yeah. No, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
In the new Blade.
Yes.
Yeah. But like, no, Michael B. Jordan can't do
He could be this version of Blade. Not the current, not the in this movie. Like if this movie was made again right now, exactly like he's the same age that Wesley was when he made this.
Is he really?
Like, just about. They're very close in age. Yes, Michael B. Jordan is older than you think he is.
Really? I don't think Michael B. Jordan can do it.
At least Phil, like he played. What was the guy he played in Black Panther?
Killmonger.
Do that.
Yeah.
Killmonger.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Do that, your Blade.
He's a little too. Yeah, true. Okay, you know who could also do it? Michael Jai White, who was Spawn, who played Spawn, which is also I freaking love that movie as a kid in the 90s. He could do it, but I know that's older. Today, I feel like I don't even know who could do it today. There's not really other than Michael B. Jordan. I mean,
what about young Washington? What about Denzel's son?
Too short.
Yeah, he is too short.
He's too short.
That's what I'm saying. Michael B.
Sorry,
too short.
too short.
Yeah, Michael B's like and young Washington's also not like not built like I'm talking about like filling out the suit and stuff. Like he looks like Blade. Michael B. Jordan would look like Blade.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a good one because I just googled Mahershala Ali. Trevante Rhodes. He was in Moonlight.
Okay. All right.
If you Google him, you'll know what I'm talking about. But he was in Predator as well. I didn't see that, but I'm seeing a screenshot of him from it, and he kind of has the
he could do it.
That could work for
you
him.
know.
Trevante Rhodes.
Yeah. Gosh. You know who could probably do it? Actually, unfortunately, you know who'd be really good in this role?
Elon Musk.
No,
that's not where you're
going. P. Diddy. No, I'm just kidding. Not him. Jonathan Majors. I actually think could act this, despite know all of his issues.
You know what it is?
He could do it. I think.
I mean, we just were told that Blade didn't talk to anyone outside of Post-it notes.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. But the thing with like Blade and Wesley Snipes was like the way he came off and how he talked was very like, this is going to happen. This is like it was very straightforward. No fluctuation in his voice. There was no
unless he was calling someone a motherfucker. Right? Yeah.
When I see Michael B. Jordan, I
too much sass, too much like
emotion,
swagger. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they made him like really quiet, for some reason. Like he's really kind of intense and quiet and only says things every once in a while. Maybe, but like he could pull off the slow walk, the zoom in, the wearing the sunglasses, the being jacked, all the fighting, everything.
Yes.
It's just the one-liners. He probably can do the one-liners the way you're saying. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
What about Deacon Frost?
I don't. Who's like an annoying club owner? You know, I don't know.
Or just like a kind of like a Weasley, like intense looking vampire guy. I got Austin Butler.
Like a Kyle. Oh,
I was just
he could do a good Deacon Frost.
So annoying. He would be. Yeah, you're right. He has the he looks like he could be. He has the bone
He's got
structure
the
of a
leer.
vampire. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could do it.
Yeah.
That's actually really good. I think about that.
What's the is he the Flash? No, not the Flash guy. He was in the Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, Barry Keoghan.
Barry something.
Barry Keoghan could be him.
I think he could do it.
I'm at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Keoghan. I'm at this point. I think Barry Keoghan could do anything.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I think that guy's awesome.
He's very good. Yeah, I agree. All right.
I want to see him as a Joker. Whistler.
Yes. Jeff Bridges. I mean, it's Jeff Bridges.
I'm gonna go Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright. Okay. Need a familiar.
Go ahead.
Oh, Jeffrey Wright. Oh my gosh, of course.
From Picture.
Okay, I could see that. That would actually be sick. I would love to see him playing Whistler.
I think he could do that. Which, by the way, if you have not seen American
No,
Fiction,
I know you wanted to see that one.
It's
so
good.
Jeffrey Wright, 100%. He's awesome.
He'd be really good as Whistler, actually. Oh man!
Oh, he's got. I make gadgets like just written all over him.
Yeah, just beating down an old.
He probably actually hates that. He's like, I'm always a scientist. I was the stupid scientist in Hunger Games. Like,
so I was a scientist.
The guy who made the electric thing. I have Ethan Hawke. I think he would do a good job. I just think Ethan Hawke's a good actor.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And he's got like the grizzly, like and now he's older too. He can grow his hair out, be kind of grimy, like he lives in a garage, you know?
Yeah. You do it.
And then Karen Jensen.
Yes. Dr.
Karen Jensen.
Yeah, I was like, who? I had Taraji P. Henson. I think would do really well. I think she'd be good for. She's like, I feel like she's sassy enough. I don't know, like she could kind of bounce back and forth. Like Karen Jensen's character was like had a lot of like quips back. You know, like she had been there. Like somehow she had been fighting vampires for a year at that point. She'd already been grizzled. I think Taraji P. Henson could do that as well. The same fire.
That's awesome. I think it's a good one. Pete, do you have anybody?
Who's the Gamora?
Oh yeah,
from Avengers.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Zoe
Saldana.
No, not Zoe Kravitz. That's Batwoman.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, her. I think she'd be great for that. Because, like you said, there's that level of sass there, but she can be serious.
She's like could be fragile, but also like could beat your ass at the same time. Yeah.
I have Myhala. That's what she goes by now. She's the one from Leave the World Behind. She's the daughter. She's also in Euphoria, I believe.
Oh,
yeah. She's sassy as fudge.
Yeah. Freaking,
she'd be really good.
I think back and forth with a blade.
I'm also like thinking about her and Wesley Snipes. I'm like, dude, like, banter.
Yeah,
the banter would be good. She wouldn't take any Wesley stuff. I would love that. She probably would have method acted too, though, to put in a nightmare for everyone else.
Two people method acting.
But yeah, I think she's great. I think I said that right. Myhala. I think it's Myhala. That's Myhala. So
nice.
I thought she was great in Leave the World Behind and everything she's in. I think she's going to be really good in a lot of stuff. She's not that old. She's only in like late 20s. So she's going to be around. She's going to be around like Zendaya, I think. Not quite like Zendaya, but
I mean, maybe
for everything.
You go by one name. It's very possible.
God, that's so badass, man. I can't just go Trevor, right? Everyone's like, what?
Trevor,
like the frog from Harry Potter? No.
Trevor?
Rat?
I
No,
can't
that's
go by
Scabbers.
Paul.
That's a good
Trevor,
point.
Paul, and Pete are not the most iconic names.
I mean, if my name was James, we just have the Bible covered, you know?
True. Trevor really throws it off.
Really would.
Yeah, Trevor ruins everything. That's what they tell me. All right.
Yeah,
Final ratings. How
Final
are we
rating.
feeling? Pete, you start us because you are the new guy to this movie.
5 out of 10.
Would not watch again. You're probably good on it.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm probably not going to
Okay,
watch it ever again. I would, however, probably rewatch the remake.
Sure.
Because I do think they would tone down
Yeah,
the level
definitely.
of horror.
It won't be so gross.
So
yeah.
I think, but no, for this specific one,
Okay.
yeah, I'll never watch it.
See, I hope they keep the horror but reduce the grotesque. Like that they don't. I don't need all. Like that's not necessary. Like
Maybe
you're saying,
like the creepiness, but not the
Yeah.
making out with blood all over her faces parts.
yeah, exactly. The over sexualization of odd relationships and the blood is very
I
weird.
feel like that was pretty 90s, though. I think that was a 90s thing to do. It's how they got shock and
It's the-
value in.
Definitely
Dude, the
was.
weird like sexualization of different relationships. It was like, why we were okay with this? This was fine in the 90s. I don't know what. It was very weird. So yeah, I agree. I'd watch the new one over and over again, but it hasn't even come out yet, and I feel like I'm gonna be a fan. So this one I would probably actually still watch again. So I'm gonna give this one like 6.5 out of 10. I'd do it again. There's enough scenes in here where I'm like, I like that scene. I'll watch that again.
Yeah. I was honestly, I had fond memories. I have a 6.8 going in. I'm gonna stick with it. 6.8.
Solid.
Still
Yeah.
there. Still good. Probably still watch it. My brother loved this movie for all of the obvious reasons because he's a boy that was 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
Like
Freaking
he was
badass.
playing like that Nintendo 64 Killer Instinct when he was 15 and this came out. Like
Jeez.
this is that
Mhm.
this is that game. So
Very much so.
but yeah, like I it came up and nostalgia came back. I'm like, God, Wesley Snipes was perfect. But then there wasn't much else that was perfect. That was the problem. But he was perfect. Like I don't think he could have done better. But just that and like I don't know, like the vampires themselves were actually scary, and I like that they did it. Like they felt threatening to everyone but Blade.
Threatening. Yes.
But then like the big bad guys though, like the higher we went up, and they were all kind of just the same level of scary.
Yeah, and
Does
they
that make
weren't
sense?
really. Yeah, the hierarchy kind of fell apart. Like, why is everyone following these guys? They don't really seem to do anything or like what they
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Why do you guys have power? Because none of you have any henchmen or anything, and he just has henchmen. No one else has henchmen. Nobody.
Frost is he's not even a pure blood. He's got henchmen.
So, like-
blood.
Like the guy comes in, he's like, "Hey, you'll never figure it out. It's untranslatable. See ya," and just leaves. And I'm like, I don't really understand this part. But where's Blade? What's he doing? You know,
Yeah,
so
what's
it's
Blade
kinda-
up to? Yeah, get back to Blade. Yep, exactly.
That's kind of it. But hey,
Yeah.
overall, liked it. It's a fun talk to talk about it. It's fun to imagine who would play in it now, and I'm really
Yeah.
excited for the new one to come out. And I want to see Mahershala crush it. Marmalade's done. I don't know if you can hear, but he is done. with this
I've
pod.
heard. Who's next up? Who's got the next
ready to
movie?
be fed? Who is the next movie? I chose Big Daddy. Oh, it's Pete.
I got
Yeah.
the next movie.
Yeah, say
Should we
it.
say
Yeah.
the next movie or
Say
should I
it, say it.
you guys? I hinted at this the last podcast, but we are 100% watching Undercover. Brother.
Undercover Brother.
Gosh.
I've seen it once. Paul's never seen
Especially
it.
after watching
never
this
seen it.
movie. Yes, especially after watching
Now,
this movie.
oh, I see. Yes, it's probably going to be very directly related to a lot of the tropes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You will laugh your ass off.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
I will be sure to add in some compare and contrast situations with Blade because we're
Blade.
back to back him.
Hell yeah.
I think that'll
Yes.
be a fun exercise. I'm excited about it. That's the show. Thank you guys, everyone, for watching. Thanks, guys, for coming and doing the pod with me again.
Yeah, man.
It's always great to see you and talk to you. But we are going to leave now because Marmalade is yelling. So,
Yes.
guys, wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, please 5-star review it. Leave a comment if you can. We love to hear what you're doing in Discord, and if you have questions or you want to ask us when the hell our watch party is going to be. The summer's the time to do it. I would still love to do that. I think I don't know, lining up maybe doing a movie that's like relevant to another movie coming out or something. I don't know. I'm feeling like a Deadpool movie or something.
Yeah.
I just, I'm just spitballing here.
Spitballing.
We could do something like that. I don't know. But we'd love to hear what you have to say. As always, we love you. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you next We'll see you next time on the May Contain Action podcast. See you later. Bye-bye.